Hey everyone, welcome to Laratips. In our previous video, we created this drop zone uploader, and whenever we added image over here, then it would submit that file to the server. And in today's video, we will be actually adding those files to the file system and then persist those whenever we refresh the page. And before starting this video, I'd like you to introduce to this whole series sponsor, which is Cloudways. Cloudways is a managed cloud hosting platform which focuses on your business and avoid all the web hosting hassles. Cloudways will take care of the server setup for you, and you can go live in minutes using the Cloudways. You can select any one of these applications like WordPress, Laravel, PHP, etc. and you can host those in any one of these servers like DigitalOcean, AWS, Vultr, Google Cloud or Linode. And also you can scale your server size as you need using the simple and easy user interface. You can use the link below to subscribe to Cloudways, and if you do so, you will get $15 as a credit. And you can use that $15 to set up a base server, and it will last you almost a month, which means that you are getting 1 month free. So let's get started. Let me open this over here. And now let me open the network tab, and if I just click this screenshot and then if I just click here, and in the payload we'll see this file. So by default this file will be submitted, the parameter name will be file, but let us just change this to image. We can also do that. There is one property that we can set here which is param name. So let me add that over here, image. Now I think I have run npm run watch, yeah. So here let me refresh over here and then again come here and select here, and if I go here then the name will be now image. And we also want this image to be associated with this product. And before that, let me also show you here in the database. So here let me just refresh over here, and this is this media, and here will be model type and model ID. And whenever we upload an image in the model type, it will actually store the path of the model, but we don't want that. We don't want to save the path of the model. Suppose let's say we change the model path to somewhere else in the future, then this thing will not work. So we'll first fix that. So let me go here and let me go here in the app service provider, and here we can write here relation. It will be eliminate database eloquent relations relation, this one. And here we'll say enforce morph map, and here we have to pass the key value of the model and the key by which we want to represent that model. So I'll quickly add for each and every models that we have in our project and come back. Here I have added for the category products, product and user, but before we have already done here something. So where is this? I think this one, sorry, not this one, this e-commerce. Okay, here. So here if we just go over here, let me just refresh over here. So we don't have this model has permissions, model has rules, and if I just come here and refresh, so here also this user app models user is saved. And if I do it like this and come here and refresh the page, then it will just say me this page is unauthenticated. So for that, let me just do here, so php artisan migrate fresh and seed. We have already created seeder, so we don't have to worry about it. Now if I come here and refresh the page, then it should work perfectly fine. And if I come here and refresh, then it will be automatically converted to the user because we have added user over here instead of the user model. Okay, now let us go here in the image upload, and by default there isn't any way of sending any extra parameter to this drop zone from this config, but we can do that by listening to this sending event that is provided to us by this drop zone. So we'll write here drop zone on sending, and we'll write this closure on the second parameter, and then we'll do fd.append model type and model ID. We'll be passing these as a prop from this one. So here we'll be passing model ID and model type from here, and we need to define these props over here as well. I'll quickly do that and come back. I have added this model type and model ID. It will be string and it will be ID, and these things will be required. And now let me go over here. Let's say here model type will be product because we have added product over here, and model dash ID will be item.id because if we just look here in the props we have this item, but it will only have some data if it is in edit mode. So we'll only show these things if you are in edit mode. So we'll say b-if edit mode. So after this, here we have already sent this media type and media ID, and before, whenever we were uploading the images, it was only showing that image in the request. So now if I just try here and upload this one, then if we just see here, let me just zoom it for you guys, and we'll see here model type and model ID as well, and you can see here ID 5 and this is 5, and here we'll get the image. Now let me just go over here in the upload image controller, and now here, so by default, whenever we validate the data, then Laravel will return the response with 422 response code. But in this case, we have to return the response code as 400. So because of that, we have to validate manually. So let me say here validator, and we'll say new validator and make like this. The first parameter will be the request all, whatever we get in the request, and then second parameter will be the validation rules. And it is, why is it showing this thing? So here this validator, sorry, we don't have to write here new. So validator make request all, and here, so first thing will be the image, and one will be model ID and another will be model type. So we'll just do here bail, and here will be required, and it will be image, and max will be, let's say 1024, which is 1 MB. Model type will be, let's say it will be required, and it will be string, and it should be rule this illuminate validation in, and here it must be any one of these things. So any one of these things, and we can easily get these things from this relation class. So let me just show you this over here. So here like this, so here I'll just do here PHP artisan tinker, and here I'll add this, and I'll say here, so if you just see that thing over here, so inside this there is this class morph map. So if I just add it like this without any parameters, then it will actually return whatever we have passed over here. We can get the keys from here. So here I'll say relation morph map, and we'll add it inside here, and it will return these keys, and we can easily validate this. So now here also it will be bail and required integer, and suppose let's say we passed here product in the model type, then the model ID must be present in the products table. So for that we can just do here rule exist, and here we should pass the class, the model class. So here we'll find the model class, and we can easily get that from that this class. What is the name here? So relation get morphed model, and here we need to pass the key. So here we'll say request and model type like this, and if this model type is not present over here, then it will just return null. So we can easily pass that over here in the model class, and it must check in the ID column. So now let us just check if this validation fails. So here let me write the validation instead of validator, and then here we'll check that if the validation fails, then we'll return this validation errors, and first it will return the first error message from the validation, and it will be a string. We have to return in this format, otherwise it will not show the errors. And if the validation passes, then upload the image. So now let us just go over here and let us just try to upload an image. So this has the size 1.9 MB. I'll just open it, then you can see here cross, and if you hover, it is saying the image must not be greater than 1024 kilobytes. So it is working perfectly fine. So I'll remove it. it is going over here. Everything is working perfectly fine. And suppose, let's say if I pass a good image, so it has 224 KB, then it is successfully passing, which means that our other rules are also working perfectly fine. Now we need to upload image. So for that we have to go here in the installation here, and here preparing your model. I think you can view it, so let me just zoom it for a little bit. So here we need to write use interacts with model. So we'll go here in the product, and here we'll say use interacts with media, and we also need to implement has media, and these things are imported over here. After this, if I just show you over here, so over here associating files, then we can just add media like this. Here in this documentation it hasn't shown us how to upload images that is from the request, because you see here we have to pass the path to the file, this URL, and this from this path, but it is not showing how to use request. But if you watch this video, then it is mentioned inside this video, but you don't have to watch that video, I'll do it for you guys. So here I'll just go over here in my upload images controller. So here we have to first find the product. So here the class model, the model class will contain the product. So here I'll say model class and colon find, and we have this, let's say request model ID like this, and here we'll say model. So after this, let me just copy this thing interacts with media, and let me just add it over here like this. Let me just show you a simple tip here. If I do it var like this, then if I come here and model, then if I just do it like this, then it will auto complete for me everything. It is just to make sure that ID understands what this model is. So I'll say here request, and it is saying me this add media from request, and here we need to pass the key, and the key is image for us, because if you just see here, so I'll show you here this thing, this is the image, whatever the key that contains the file, this is the image, and we'll say responsive with responsive images. If we write this method over here, then it will automatically generate multiple files, and we can show particular images depending upon the screen width, and it is very easy to do that with the media library. I'll show you that a little bit later. And here I'll say here to media collection like this. We have to just write these 3 lines, and the files will be automatically uploaded, and where it will be uploaded, it will take it from this file. So here we have published that file before, this media library. Here it will look into this disk, and if you just see here in the file system, this thing here is public. So here inside the disk, this one is the public, and it will store it here in the app public, and make sure you have run this. So this one PHP artisan storage link, I have already done that, so it will show something. So what is it showing? Syntax error, because I think here we haven't done something. So what is saying? Okay, here add media from request, upload images controller. Sorry, I haven't saved it, so it is showing that. So here again I'll run it, and it is showing me that I have already done linking. So make sure to do that. So after this, if we just go here inside the storage app public, so I have already tested other things, so it is showing me these things. So I'll just remove all these things from here, and it will be empty. This image was already present before, so don't worry about this. It will save all the images over here. Now we have done that. Let me come here and refresh the page, and let me just make it a little bit smaller. And now if I come here and let me just add these 2 files and click on open, then everything is okay, and you can see here it is returning 200. And now if I come here and go here in the media and refresh, then we can see here 2 data. And again if I come here, and here inside this storage, inside this public, we have this 1 and 2. This is the main image that we have uploaded, and these are all the images that will be used to show according to the width of the browser. Now if I come here and refresh the page, then those images are already gone. So let me just show you that. Here this is the product and this is the ID of the product, and if I show you that the ID is 5. So we have successfully uploaded the image, but now let us show the images. So we'll go that over here in the product resource, and here we'll just say here images, and we'll only show this if the relationship is loaded, this loaded, and there is a relationship called media, and here we'll say function, and here it will be this media, and we'll just do map, and here we'll say function media, and here we'll return an array. So array will contain ID, media ID, and the data related to the image. We'll just say here, let's say HTML, and here media to HTML. We can just do it like this and it will automatically give us the HTML with the image tag. I'll show you that as well. So now let me go over here in the product controller. Where is that? Product controller, and here in the edit section, here I'll say I'll load the media, and now if I come here and refresh the page, here in the view, if I just show you over here inside the create, and so where is the item? Yeah, here is the item, and here is the images, the 2 images that we have uploaded, and here I have this ID and this image tag. I'm just returning this image tag, that HTML, because it will be easier for us to render, because this image tag here, it is something different. It is containing here src set instead of src. If you see here, it has so many things over here, and depending upon the width, if the width is greater than this, then it will show this image, otherwise this image, and so on. So now let me just go over here. So we'll get this media, we'll loop through that media. So let me just go over here in the product create, and here we will loop through that media. I have already done the HTML part, so I'll just copy that and paste it over here and come back. So I have added the HTML part. You can see here, if the image's length is greater than 0, then only we are showing this part. We are showing images, and we are looping through the images, and we are showing this image.html. Inside this div, I am saying here vhtml, and I am adding this image HTML. That image will be inside this div. So in the Tailwind CSS, we can target that image using this syntax. It will target the images inside the div tag. So here and here, this image upload, if the length, we want the maximum images that a user can upload to be 3. So if the image's length is less than 3, then only we will show this image upload, and this max file size will be 3 minus the length of the image. Here we have already uploaded 2 images, so we can only upload 1 image, so we have to do it like this. So now if I come here and refresh the page, then you can see here this image is over here, but here it must say that you can only upload 3 images. So let us fix that over here. We have to fix this. I'll just fix this and come back. So guys, I have added this, so this drop images and this thing. If the files max files is greater than or equal to 1, then it will show this you can only upload max file size image or images. So you can just do here like this. So I think there is some mistake over here. So here I'll just copy this thing up to here and paste it over here, and greater than or equal to 1, and now it is saying you can only upload 1 image. So let me refresh, and it is working perfectly fine. But now if I just come here and let me upload this one, I think I haven't uploaded, yeah, this one. So if I just do it like this, then that is uploaded. But if I try to upload, let's say another one, so this one, then it will say here you cannot upload. So I'll remove this, and if I refresh this page, then it will show me this image also over here. And since we have already uploaded 3 images, it is not showing that upload image. But if I just remove this one and then again refresh the page, then it will show that drop zone. Now if I come here and again click here in another one, then also we can see this. And if I come here, then we cannot see that drop zone. So guys, in this video we did how to upload images using Sparsy Media Library and drop zone JS. In the next video, we'll be adding delete icon in these images, and whenever these images are deleted, we will show that drop zone box, and then the user will be able to upload the images once again.